Samsung, proud sponsor of Tech Busters.
Although journalists are always debating topics amongst themselves and the craft of journalism, one debate has started to bubble up into the space at large, the society at large, and that is the issue of a paywall. Does a paywall present a new business model? Is it necessary for people to get access for information? Is it a way to limit access to information? Will it strengthen or will it weaken either the business case for a newspaper or a news organization, or is it going to weaken or strengthen a society in general? We're going to talk to two people who spoke at the recent Tech for Africa conference about their differing views.
I think paywalls have some great benefits to journalism. So the first thing is, well, it can fix your business model in a way. The second thing is that the point about paywalls is not that you are making revenue out of charging for your content. The point is that you can really increase that revenue per reader by understanding who that reader is. And paywalls allow you access to that kind of subscription data. And that's the important thing for me. Once you've got access to the kind of data about who your reader is, what they use, you can then sell a much better proposition to advertisers. You can actually sell them advertising that'll work, as opposed to the rubbish banner ads we sell nowadays.
Yes.
So those are the key. First of all, that you improve your relationship with your reader, and second, you can make more money.
South Africa desperately needs content to run our democracy, and newspapers underpin our democracy. As soon as you put a paywall in front of people, you're creating an elitist environment where only those that can pay have access to content that inform their decisions. Newspapers are already on the decline quite steadily, and the internet certainly is adding to it, but is not the be-all and end-all of the destruction of newspapers.
It's an evolution of reading patterns and an evolution of the business model for online journalism.
Yeah, and also different strokes for different brands. What might work for one brand won't work for another. The kind of paywall, mostly the poorest paywalls are the one that give you the best return, where you can keep your readership, but you just drop your unsold ad inventory basically. But you can't do one size fits all. Each brand has to think about it in their own way.
What would you say the dangers of not having a paywall are?
There's an issue that newspapers will eventually disappear. They're certainly in decline, and there's an issue trying to get young people interested in the news. But at the same time, journalism itself is not in the decline. Journalism is thriving in other mediums. It's not that the internet is threatening journalism, it's threatening our narrow definition of journalism.
There are hundreds of newspapers in America that have put up paywalls. So sure, the New York Times is the one they've been touting that their subscription revenue is now greater than their advertising revenue. But those are exceptions. What you're talking about here are niche publications putting out paywalls, which is a whole different kind of relationship as opposed to the volume one.
I think that newspapers must think of new innovative ways to sell their content, and I don't think that punishing their readers, and usually their most loyal readers, is the way to do that. There are more innovative advertising products we can offer. There's more branding opportunities. That's what newspapers have to do to survive, is they have to believe that they're bigger than just a bit of paper that they distribute. They've got to understand that they're now in a new environment.
Paywalls remain a contentious subject, and there's a lot of experimentation going on about whether we can or can't live without them, and whether or not newspapers will continue to thrive in this digital age without the kind of revenues that were associated with the print publication. This has been Toby Shapshak for Tech Busters at the Tech for Africa conference.